My college experience was anything but traditional. Instead of a straight, clear path from freshman year to graduation to a career, I would describe my adventures in academia as riddled with personal trauma and comedic irony. I had originally signed on to pursue a bachelor's in communications before changing my major to English with a focus in creative writing. Once I finally finished my English degree, I opted to apply for a second bachelor's degree in, drumroll please, communications. This was partially a decision to avoid grad school and partially a pursuit in self-indulgence to study film theory and production. However, the strange thread that stitched itself across 2 degrees, oddly enough, was social media. In 2017, I had to present research on social media management for a careers in writing course, and yet I was the most skeptical of the job's validity. I went on to take a few courses on social media in the communications department because the subject kept falling in my lap. In 2019, I needed to create a presentation on a social media trend of my choice. Around this time, I was neck deep in consuming content from online entrepreneurs and their digital hustle mindset rhetoric. My classmates chose topics about the future of Snapchat, geotagging, those temporary Facebook profile frames, etc. However, I chose something I like to refer to as E2E marketing. Fun fact, I used to be in an MLM. For a few years, I was an extremely inactive coach with Beachbody. I was one of those who signed up for the discounts, but I rarely participated in any of the group rituals and practices. I will say that my Instagram, where I ran my business, was lousy with cringy motivational posts, all ending with a call to action to inquire about my services. Needless to say, I had no follow-ups, and I'm really thankful for that. Because of the content I was consuming and producing, the groups I was a part of, and the links I would click on, my targeted ads were very much calibrated to a specific audience that I had become a part of algorithmically. I would see these ads mainly on Facebook, and even though it is not my favorite platform, it does offer some pretty great tools for businesses and brands to hammer hard on their targeted audiences. The ad in question would be a video with a promise to reveal all the secrets you could ever want to learn to do whatever it is this random entrepreneur does if you sign up for their free training. Sometimes it would be about drop shipping, other times it would be about building your own coaching business or how to have your first 10K month. Once I even saw a free webinar for becoming a script reader. It goes to show that this approach isn't exclusive to the entrepreneurial motivational niche, even though that is where I will be focusing my discussion here. I rarely saw the same ad twice, and the production quality would vary from totally DIY to full-blown budget production. Because I'm curious, and more often than not, a chaotically neutral person, I signed up for a handful of these free trainings. Inexplicably, there would be one starting in the next day, or better yet, the next hour. To save you a lot of time and to satiate your own curiosity, these free trainings or webinars would all follow the same exact formula. You click on a link and hop into the live video presentation where the chat would be disabled. You might be told that any questions would be answered at the end of the training. Then the entrepreneur extraordinaire would lead you through a PowerPoint presentation covering exciting topics such as their origin story, a modern retelling of the Americana rags to riches classic, usually involving them living at their parents' house to start their first business with nary a penny to their name. Then their success story. This would be about as vague and broad as possible with a few dangling carrots of 5 or 6 figures in revenue each month. Next is the testimonials. So many goddamn testimonials. This is to showcase the fact that anyone can do this. See, I'm not the only one. You can trust me to make you a success. And finally, the sales pitch. Not only did you learn nothing valuable today, but for a limited time, when you buy a course that is normally $5,000, you'll also get another mini course, a digital download, access to a poorly moderated Facebook group called a mastermind, and a certificate of completion, all for the low cost of $7.99. But wait, there's more. And usually it can just be whatever hat trick they can pull out of their ass. At the end of it, what should have been and what was promised as a free training was an hour-and-a-half sales pitch. One more thing, I keep saying live free training, but my suspicion each time I've sat through one of these is that the first hour of content shared in that PowerPoint is not live. It is pre-recorded, which is why questions are held until the end of the free training or webinar, so that then the person or their moderators and assistants can hop on to filter out the questions. The name of this rando expert will change, the business, the package, the offer, the niche. The details will change, but the nature won't. What I just described to you is the evolution of the infomercial. I don't know if anyone else feels this way, but even though I hate ads on every video I watch, especially the non-skippable fuckers, I can sit through a commercial with no problem. Maybe it's because the only screen time I grew up with was a basic cable TV. And as a small child, I lusted over amazing kitchen gadgets demonstrated in a 15-minute long infomercial late into the night. While sales funnels are not new, and those supposedly live free trainings and webinars will pop up from time to time, the principle behind this kind of marketing points to an ongoing trend that may actually be another casualty of 2020. I'm talking about entrepreneur to entrepreneur marketing and sales. E to E, or entrepreneur to entrepreneur, is a phrase I use to describe the trend I noticed within the online community of entrepreneurs, digital nomads, self-proclaimed coaches, and content creators. Now, I need to make a distinction about the type of content creators I'm talking about here. Basically, their whole shtick is making a business talking about business, or creating content talking about creating content without getting too specific and offering superficial value. You may have heard of B2B or business-to-business marketing and sales. These businesses offer services, products, solutions, and/or software to other businesses to streamline operations, bring in more clients, or what have you. With B2B, an established business will market to and have transactions with other businesses. For example, a web hosting business sells a service to a business or brand to maintain its web domain. With E2E marketing, you would assume that an entrepreneur is pitching and selling products and services to other entrepreneurs, but that is not their target demographic. Instead, they target aspiring entrepreneurs and sell them on the concept, the idea of becoming a successful entrepreneur just like them. Those who use the E2E approach will offer trainings, webinars, online courses, ebooks, coaching calls, masterminds, and other digital content to the lonely heart looking to break out of the 9-to-5. Now, I must acknowledge the blanketed generalization I just made, and others have made and will make when sharing on a topic that requires caution. I do not believe every online course or digital product is inherently without value or is a scam or a total phony. There are good resources out there from fantastic creators and business owners. However, what I have personally discerned between something as a genuine offer of value and an offer that is empty and vague is whether or not the language, the advertising, the sales copy is empty and vague. My greatest criticism of the targeted ads directed at me, the quote, aspiring entrepreneur and visionary who won't settle for a cookie-cutter life, is that I cannot infer directly or indirectly what the hell these people do for a living. Better yet, how the hell are they making money? I do have a strong intuition that I can actually answer that second question. They are making money from selling someone on the idea and vague vision of entrepreneurship. For the presentation that inspired this piece, I was tasked with making some long-term predictions as follows. The trend of E2E marketing will fade, specifically the hour-and-a-half sales pitch disguised as a free training or webinar. The infomercial template in social media content is a strategy that some may find annoying, misleading, and possibly predatory. They're called targeted ads for a reason. The strategy itself is not necessarily poor marketing and has shown some success in its approach, which is how these ad runners have made money. However, what the strategy is selling is in response to a topical trend in business. That response is going to change as the needs of these entrepreneurs shift. In other words, no one stays a newbie forever. In 2020, we saw a rise in chatter around MLMs and network marketing, the popularity of the anti-MLM movement take off, and a collective eye roll to the strategies that made us cringe. One obvious reason we noticed any of this at all was the fact that more of us were stuck at home. And a go-to talking point for network marketers are the advantages of working from home and being, quote, your own CEO. It should have been a recipe for success for these Hunbots and entrepreneurial crusaders alike to convince the newly unemployed or the home office warriors to ditch the traditional path and take control of their work and finances. Instead, we saw the anti-MLM movement grow in popularity and many people quick to notice the problematic nature of building a business talking about the idea of business. MLMs, or multi-level marketing, utilizes the E2E tactic of appealing to the wannabe entrepreneur, centering their rhetoric on their origin story and testimonials to make a case that anyone can do, quote, this. Within the online space, the coaching and consulting industry has expanded completely unregulated over the past decade or so. It is still a wild west, an untamed frontier with a chaotic spectrum of subjective qualifications and manufactured definitions of success. There are still unclear boundaries of where an individual's digital presence ends and their entrepreneurial endeavors begin. Some may even be driven away from social platforms because of the pervasive overlap of running businesses on personal profiles. Then again, it seems to me, as well as some others, that the rise of personality-driven content and personal branding is something to pay attention to, and I think for the better. These creators aren't the ones selling you on a free training or giving away their ebook for 99 cents. They don't have one specific niche or industry insight. They will, however, continue to shape the social media landscape through their creativity and content. As for the E2E market, I don't believe the infomercial strategy will leave us anytime soon, but it will manifest in surprising and probably annoying new ways. Okay, hey, hi, hello. I just wanted to pop in at the end of this to say hi. This was the first video I made for 2021. Weird. It's not perfect, but there's two important reasons why I did this. The first one is I wanted to pursue this style in an effort to foster my writing. My writing is something I need to get back into, and one reason why I haven't made a video in a while is I've been very busy. Good busy, but very busy, and now I'm at a point where I'm building a team, I'm getting some help, I'm delegating work, so I'm getting back into my fun stuff for me. One of the things I've been neglecting is getting into my writing, and I wanted to make videos, and so I had this idea, and this is the product of that idea on the first try. Is the ring light gonna bother you? Because I think it's gonna bother me. You know, it's really hard using the manual focus because, like, if I move too much, I might be fucked. But anyway, this might bother me. The second reason why I wanted to make this video is to introduce this idea that I've had about E2E, or entrepreneur to entrepreneur marketing and sales, for a while. And actually, the example I used, the original phenomenon, tactic, trend that I saw going on with the free webinar, free training video ads, I don't think is as popular as it once was. At least my Facebook algorithm and my Instagram algorithm don't reflect that anymore. I did look up some, like a couple of keywords like consulting and coaching and free webinar. So now I might see more because I've definitely affected the sponsored ads I'm seeing on my feed. But even though that example is a little bit dated, I still wanted to introduce the idea because there's other things that I want to be writing about, and I want to make videos in a way that serves my writing. And I'm very tired. I've been at this all day, weirdly enough. But I just wanted to pop in and say hello, give a little bit of an explanation of the content you just saw. What's up with me? I'm good. I've just been very busy. But that being said, if you've made it this far, this is where I ask you to subscribe, like, comment, tell me if you hated it, tell me if you liked it. That would probably be better. But yeah, I don't want to put that at the beginning. If I put that at all, I'm going to put it at the end. I don't know if I'll do like a real-time recap debrief at the end of each video. Knowing me, I just like to over-explain myself. So here I am, over-explaining myself. Thank you for watching if you made it this far. I'll be around. Hopefully more often. Okay. Okay, I gotta go to sleep. Bye.